Hello and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Why Do Women Go to the Mikvah, Make a Bracha, and then Dunk Again? What's the idea behind it? So we learned in the previous year that the Ramah goes like Tosfos, that when it comes to Mikvah, the Bracha is not over Las Yatan, it's after the mitzvah is done. Fine, we go like Tosfos. Go to the Mikvah, then make the Bracha. According to Ramah, you put clothing on to make a Bracha, something like that. Chaluk. And we don't do that. We rely on the fact that the water is considered to be a covering. Fine. So why another tefillah? Ramah doesn't mention it. The Shlof, years ago, he mentioned it. The Behete mentions it, quotes the Shlof. The Aruch HaShulchan quotes the Shlof and says, it's a beautiful minhag. That way, you could have the bracha after the mikvah and before the mikvah, and you get all the shitos in. The Rambam says this would be before. Oh, and it's before, because you're doing it before the second tefillah. And the Ramah Tosfos says it should be after, and you have that as well. Everyone's happy. You can have your cake and eat it too. The obvious question is, what are you gaining? When you go to the mikvah, the woman goes to the mikvah that first time, she, at that second, went from nida to tahara. That's it. She's done. How is the second tefillah going to help? The Dagom Mervava, Chikri Lev, and others give some wild idea that maybe they have in mind that if we go like the Rambam, that the second tefillah is the right one after the bracha. So my first tefillah is just dunking in the water. And if we go like the Ramah, that really the bracha is after the tefillah, so my first tefillah counts. Dagom Mervava and others say, wait a second, what woman is thinking this way when she goes to the mikvah? And two, can you make it tonight like this, a condition like this? Once you're in the mikveh, it's done already. So does it really help? So some challenge that explanation of the minhag, but still the Aruch HaShulchan quotes and says minhag yafeh. It's a good minhag. So it is a minhag in Klal Yisrael, not simple and simple exact. The svaras behind it, but essentially the first tefillah when she goes in, that is the dunking. That's the mitzvah. The bracha is on the mitzvah. That Ovas Yasin doesn't apply the brachas afterwards. And the minhag l'shal is to have a second dunking of whatever svar one is going to give. Shalom.